So Cultic just came out with an update a couple days ago where custom difficulty was added, which is going to change how you play the game with all the modifiers. For instance, one of them is randomize enemies, which could put some in-game monsters on your first encounter. You could also change the enemy modifiers, which makes for some interesting encounters. But the thing that caught my eye in this update with all the modifiers was this. Speed. Being a speedrunner of this game and seeing that excited me. I can now increase the speed of my player by 500% and add force to my kick, which in this game is going to make me go even faster with the movement tech known as JKD, or jump kick dodge, which makes you go flying in the direction you're looking. I came up with this preset, which is basically enemy modifiers are at the lowest and the players are maxed out, with the added benefit of infinite ammo. But enough of that, let's get into this run. I'll try to explain everything I'm doing as I'm doing it, but it might get too fast at some points. We start off on grave, which is where I'm going to be collecting most of the items. So I'm going to use this angle on the fence to JKD on this ledge, then break into this building, and make my way into the garage so I can pick up the weapon parts and make it out of here so we can go comically faster this level. Also making sure I can actually control myself and not fall off this bridge. I just need to stop over at this house and break through the back window so I can pick up this shotgun. Then I'm going to kick the wall 3 times on purpose and make it into the cave. I crouch under this plank and slide so I can clip under the map. And if I quickly JKD, we can make it behind this locked door and reach the end of the level. Now we go into shipyard, where the biggest game-breaking mechanic is introduced, the shotgun jetpack. When you upgrade pack shells on the shotgun, it will give you a boost in the air when you look down and right click. So when you add infinite ammo and you repeat that, it just makes you go flying in the air. I'll turn the audio down some since this is what you're going to be hearing for about 90% of the run now. Now I'm trying to angle myself in a direction so I can get some height, but also push me faster to the end of the map. Also, you can see me shooting close to the ground so I can mitigate some fall damage. And that's the end of shipyard. And then the start of Mine Town, where I'm just going to straight away start the shotgun jetpack and skip past all the sequences of the map, like getting a handle and cog so you can crank down the bridge, and getting a couple keys and fighting some monsters so you can get into the factory. I just got to make my way through the map and try to remember where I'm at. I need to make my way over here to where I'm going to be on the outside of a conveyor belt. The shotgun can maintain momentum, so you can see I'm fighting against it to get back on this, but it can be hard to do sometimes. But I managed to get back on it, so now I can just shotgun boost all the way up and hit the end trigger. And that finishes out Mine Town. Then we go into the mines, where we're normally supposed to continue down the conveyor belt, but instead we're going to hold S and start the shotgun jetpack back up to get out of bounds. Then just make our way above the locked door you're supposed to get a key for, and to the room where you're supposed to press a couple levers to take a lift to get to the end of this level. We just need to hit the trigger up here, and that will be the end of mines. Now we get into the longest map of this run, crypts. We need to slide right here to clip out of bounds, and then we can make our way to this trigger. Finding this trigger is actually really big for the normal speedrun, and it's going to cut this map in half. Might even make a sub 9 plausible. We're in the map Chapel, where you're supposed to go through 3 waves of enemies and destroy a tank, but instead we're just going to shotgun jetpack out of the map past these trees. Once I get past these trees, I'm going to slow down my shooting so I can start falling down, while also trying to take as little amount of fall damage as possible, and get to this conveniently placed end of level trigger out in the middle of nowhere. And that ends out Chapel. I just need a theory craft how to get out here on the normal speedrun. Next we go into Asylum Grounds, which is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go above the entire map. What you're normally supposed to do on this map is hit some switches to open doors a couple times, then find gas to power a lift so you can get up here. You can also see I was struggling to get to the end of the level with that momentum thing from the shotgun. So I just let it take me, and then I JKD'd to the end of the level. We're about 3/4 into this game, and we're only at 1 minute and 47 seconds. Now that we fall into the top of the asylum, we just need to turn around, slide through this bookshelf, and we can clip out of bounds. I'm going to make my way into this room and then fall into this pit, where normally if you fall all the way down, you'll die. But since we have the shotgun jetpack, we can fall down to a certain point to where this invisible barrier isn't blocking us and get into the bottom of this lift. Or if we take it all the way up, we can hit the end trigger. So we can finish out Asylum and get to our second to last map, Excavation Site, which I think is actually the biggest map in this game. So we start off running and just try to JKD as far as we can. And this one's actually unique. We don't use the shotgun at all. No, I'm just kidding. We use it to get up here, and then we can clip out of bounds. Once we get out of bounds, we can skip like 95% of the map. I'm just going to hold this direction and just go straight back. We want to land on this staircase, and then we can turn around and JKD to the end of the level. And that was Excavation Site. Now we get into the final level, in the boss fight. This boss fight is actually pretty hard, and it's not me just spamming my shotgun at him. So we get in here, and then I'm going to spam my shotgun at his head, and then we're going to wait for his shield to go down, and then spam my shotgun at his heart, and it should one-shot him. And that's the end of the game. And we were able to beat it in 2 minutes and 27 seconds in-game time, or 3 minutes and 20 seconds RTA. I definitely recommend playing this game normally the first time, but this is also a fun little challenge if you want to try it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this type of content, you can watch this video next. Later.